welcome back to Build Burn Become. This is another episode brought to you by Beachbox Gym in Asbury Park, New Jersey. Beachbox Gym is the first of its kind in cardio kickboxing using smart technology to monitor your fitness protocol, not only just in the gym, but outside the gym. It's part of your lifestyle. You download an app, you wear a heart rate monitor, you can record your workouts even when you're running on the beach, and it all translates over points. We actually reward you for your workouts with Beachbox Rewards. The harder you work out, the more points you earn, and then you can redeem those points for things like free massages, free juice, free floats in those deprivation tanks, so on and so forth. We have all these community partners that are teamed up with us. All the proceeds go to Knockout Bullying. We're in over 300 schools, and it's a really awesome cause. So when you join us, you are joining that, plus so much more. You got to check it out. Go to our website. It's beachboxnow.com, and on Instagram, it's @beachboxnow. And make sure you use the code B3POD for $25 off your first month's membership. And with that, I would like to introduce Greg Kasman to the show. He was with us in the first episode, and I really liked having you. You helped me introduce the show, and I said, hey man, you got to come back. So Greg is a firefighter. I work with him, and we're actually both in the same company. We have a good time on the job. I missed your first fire, unfortunately. I was off that shift, and I kind of wish I was there to see it. The one thing about Greg is that him and I hit it off pretty quickly because he's a mountain biker like myself, and I was like, oh man, this is great. An actual mountain biker in the company that I work in the firehouse. And then it turned out you do a lot of other things too, surfer and all types of fitness. And you've had some pretty cool jobs hanging from ropes and stuff like that in the past. And I think you're still going to be doing that eventually later on down the line when you get out of your probationary period or whatever. But you also are you work with a charity called Best Day. So there's a lot of stuff here. I want to get into you because you're an interesting dude. So I'll let you start wherever you want. But as far as Firehouse is concerned, we talk about nutrition, diet, and everything. And you mentioned that the whole Build Burn Become thing. You got to feel for that because you went through the same kind of like process where you got involved in your fitness and everything. So where did it all start for you, and how did you wind up with Best Day, this foundation that you work with?
That's a really great question because I don't think everyone really finds their connection to Burn, Build, Become. For me, it was something natural where I guess when I was a kid, being a Boy Scout, I'm an Eagle Scout. My dad introduced me to the outdoors, and from hiking to backpacking to whitewater rafting, I just loved it. And it was a natural progression for me to pick up mountain biking, to pick up, and because of where we live, I didn't grow up in the town that I'm a fireman at. I grew up on the beach, and I grew up surfing, and I love surfing. And after college, I pursued a short stint in outdoor travel, and I worked for a company, and I taught, I gave kids the tools to develop their leadership skills, to develop community skills, basically to become a better person, to take advantage of Mother Nature, take advantage of what we have, what she has to offer, instead of put the cell phone down, disconnect.
Yeah.
And that's really what I found is my driving force, is putting that cell phone down, disconnecting to, we live in New Jersey.
Right.
People are like, oh man, there's nothing to do in New Jersey. And I'm like, I beg to differ. And you know what, I'm kind of glad you say that because I don't mean to be selfish, but more for me. I'm a surfer. Surfers are all selfish.
Right.
We want our wave. Only maybe one wave can have two surfers on it, but going in two opposite directions. So for me, that's fine. Sit down and play your Xbox or whatever. But
Right.
really, I want to see more people taking advantage of what we have. So, I mean, the mountain biking and the surfing is what got me going. But back to what I was saying, basically, I worked for an adventure travel company. I got to teach kids these amazing skills. We went on rafting. We went on 14-day backpacking trips where we had to like plan all of our meals and have everything be perfect, because hey, guess what? We can run out of food. Or we could not put our bear bag out, and then a bear comes and eats all of our food. So,
Where were you usually doing these types of hikes? Was this in another state?
we're in Oregon, Maine.
This is the real deal.
The real deal. We're out there, and we're miles from civilization.
Yeah.
Um,
And are the kids, are they from that area, or are these kids that come from all around? They might be coming from a city or...
all over the place. So we had international kids that barely spoke English, which was a hurdle in itself, And then we had kids from all different socioeconomic statuses. We had a nonprofit that got kids to come in, which is really cool. So it wasn't just the super affluent coming to take advantage of Mother Nature. We had kids from urban areas, and from there, that job, it was a lifestyle.
Yeah.
So once I went to, I finished college, I finished doing that job, I realized I couldn't live in a van for the rest of my life because it didn't necessarily pay well.
Down by the river?
Down by the river, yeah. I was using those papers to write, not rolling duties, folks. So then I pursued a more professional career, and yes, as Fred mentioned before, I would hang from ropes and do inspection and do basically anything that a scaffold couldn't achieve. I would hang off of the rope and perform construction, maintenance, you name it. But so still I found this void, and I'd say 3 years ago I got hooked up with this organization called Best Day. And the unique part about Best Day is it worked with kids with autism, any kind of special needs child. They could come in and they could pretty much we take them to the beach and we give them the best beach day possible. So I thought this was great because I was like, I love surfing. Check on that box.
Right.
And it gives me that feeling of helping a kid out or a family out.
Yeah.
And you empower a child or an adult to know their self-worth and give them that feeling like, hey, I can do anything, So this organization, Best Day, takes kids out and we take up surfing. So some kids can't stand up, some, which is fine, but some of these kids would never, ever have the opportunity, let alone be in the water on a surfboard or a bodyboard or, it's just an amazing experience when you get them out there. So this is a 501c3 created in 2008, and basically they're in California, all the different areas of California. They're in Florida, I believe they're in the Chesapeake Bay area. I'd say the chapter that I'm involved in is New Jersey, and I've been doing it about the past 3 years now. I try and make every event, as Fred said before. Hey, we're firemen, so we work on a rotating shift. So I missed a couple events this year, but I think they survived without me,
Right.
which is cool.
Yeah.
But it's just a really empowering, amazing thing to do. Anyone out there listening in New Jersey or any of the areas I mentioned, you can volunteer, you can help out. But hey, I don't surf. No big deal. I mean, we have a lot of people that are beach buddies. So basically, you spend the whole day with a special needs kid, and you can take them around and they dig an obstacle course. You can run them through the obstacle course. There's a bunch of beach games. We have food there. It's awesome.
Yeah, so this is also a great way to give the parents a break too.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. The parents, you can tell they go there and they're just like a weight off their shoulders. They let that sigh of relief out.
They need to feel support.
Yeah.
You know, that's a tough job, taking care of a special needs kid, and they see this community that you guys basically create for them. Well,
Yeah.
they symbiotically create it with you.
Which is cool, and they absolutely do, because, you know, if we get a volunteer one year, a new volunteer, they're pretty much a volunteer for life. They're going to come back. Like me, I was like, oh, yeah, I'll come do a couple events. And at first, I kind of hesitated to go. And then when I went, I was like, why would I ever hesitate? And I've been back for every single event, you know, since I started.
That's amazing.
And the kids come back every year too. So they'll come back, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's Jimmy. And like, I remember Jimmy from 3 years ago. Maybe Jimmy didn't get in the last 2 years, but yeah, it's great. And the most, I'd say the best thing that I get to see with these kids is we'll have kids that can't talk, that are physically impaired. You know, maybe they can't move right, or you know, really, really deep on the spectrum.
Right.
And they come and they're on the beach, and they're hitting themselves. You know, just, I don't know if it's pure excitement or what it is, you know, or just completely unresponsive. Like their parents can't even handle them. And the minute we sit them down on the board and we get them in the water, that all goes away.
Really?
And it's like, what just happened?
Like they just become mellow and
They're like mellow, they're docile. Like I brought a kid out and he was like, pretty much like just punching me, because they're like, hey, if someone picked me up and I didn't know who you were and you're taking me in the water, I'd be a little concerned.
right.
You know, so you get them out of the water and you say, hey, we're gonna go surfing, and they're like, I don't know what that is, but yeah, let's, okay. I'm gonna put up a little bit of a fight, but the minute you put me on a board and you toss me into a wave, they're like,
Magic.
the surfer talk comes out, even though they're, you know, most of them are, they're like, I can see it on their face, like, dude, this is sweet. Like, put me in another wave, I want it way bigger.
Yeah.
And that feeling alone, it's electric. You can feel it in the air, and you know, that's what keeps me coming back. That's what keeps all the volunteers and those kids and their families coming back.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, there's something about water. I mean, everybody lives near the coast, right? The majority
of people,
where they live near lakes or rivers. Water has a very calming effect for people, I think. Special needs kids, they can't really, they don't have the outlet emotionally sometimes, right? So maybe that's what it is. You know, they get near this big body of water, the waves, the smell, and it just, you know, it allows that energy, that pent up energy, just to diffuse. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, and I would think too that a lot of these parents, you know, I'm sure they're really active. They do their best with their kids. You know, it must be a struggle, but I'm sure sometimes they're inside watching TV or playing a video game because hey, you can't be outside all the time, taking a kid on a hike. So it's just bringing them back to nature, getting them in the water. It's such a stimulating. You're not on the couch. You're not only stimulating your mind, but your body, because now you're actually physically doing something.
Yeah.
So I think that's huge for these kids to experience that.
Now, let me ask you this: the career you had before, where you were doing outdoor adventures, you mentioned that you were teaching the kids leadership skills. Right?
Yeah.
Now, are these the same type of leadership skills that you can pretty much teach to adults too?
Oh, absolutely.
It's all kind of like the basics, right? The universal leadership skills. Yeah. And now, when you started working with Best Dad, did any of those things because you learned, obviously, from teaching it, anything that you learned from teaching those leadership skills, did it help you in any way, shape, or form with the special needs kids?
Definitely. I mean, when you work in an environment like that, you work with volunteers that come from every sector of life. You know, it could be Joe Schmo off the street, and it's not just I wouldn't say just leadership skills, because it's working within a group too.
Right.
So I think that's one of the most important things that you can possibly learn is how to
Work with other people.
work with other people, and I think that's a skill set that is often overlooked. So working in an environment where I used to kind of foster an environment for kids to learn that, you know, it's interesting interesting to work with all these volunteers, and you find your niche, and you can kind of like, I guess like on the down low, I kind of like play into that a little bit, and like I can figure out what my group's all about, who's the leader, and let them take charge, so I don't have to really cause ruckus.
Right.
You know, I kind of like, okay, everyone's in their spot, cool, let's do this. And as far as the kid goes, I mean, they're the main priority, so they're going to be the leader. You know, you psych them up, and I'm like, all right, man, let's get you a wave, and you know, you let them take charge, and it's cool when you give them the reins. They're like, if they can talk, they're like, oh yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
And even if they can't talk,
You still see physical change that you know that they're happy.
yeah, they'll give you a physical sign, whether that is splashing the wave, or you know, they'll give you a sign to say, hey, I'm having fun, or hey, I want to do this, or hey, I want to do that, and it's pretty cool to see.
Now, these surfboards, with special needs kids, is there anything special about these surfboards that are different? Or you're not just doing this on a regular surfboard, are you?
No, that's a good question. So the regular surfboards are made of, you know, fiberglass, and if a kid can fall on that, that's no bueno, as we say.
Yeah, and they have the fin
Yeah.
that can cut a leg, right?
Oh yeah, fin's pretty much
Yeah.
a neck.
Right.
Fin is a neck.
Yeah.
Yeah, these boards we pretty much use rescue boards, the same boards that any lifeguard would use. They're foam top, and they have straps on them. So if you want to carry it, it's easy to carry. And basically, we have a team. So the day works out like this. When the kid comes, he gets a beach buddy. And maybe it's 3 beach buddies. Typically, it's we get a lot of groups from school that need to do community service hours. So they come and they volunteer their time, which is great. Great for the kids. Let's say it's a boy, you know, a 15-year-old boy. He gets 3 16-year-old girls bringing him around. I mean, the kid's ecstatic. You can tell.
Yeah.
Same thing, vice versa. You know, girls with boys, or what have you. So they walk them around, give them like the experience, and then they hand them over to the water team. And now they get on this foam top board, and they lay on it. And basically, they have a team of like 7 people that pick them up and bring them out to the wave. And then there's a rider on the back who kind of calls the shots. And he says, all right, guys, we're going to go for this wave. And everyone kind of pushes them into the wave. And, you know, they ride the wave. And then there's 2 people at the end that catch them.
So wait a minute. So the whole team goes out into the water.
Oh, yeah.
So it's 7 people plus the rider and plus the kid.
Oh, yeah.
And you're all hanging on the board.
Well, they lift the board up when a wave comes. So you on the side of the board.
But they're floating in the water, aren't they?
Well, we try and go where it's shallow enough.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's only like, let's say a kid who's really good, we bring him out a little further. You're still
all
kind of swimming.
Yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
But, I mean, you're getting rocked.
Yeah.
You're picking this kid, like, you're picking the board up.
And the wave is hitting you.
Oh, it's hitting you right in the face.
Yeah.
So, it's hilarious, you know, because the kid's all laughing, and then, like, you're just, like, waiting to get a breath of air, you know?
Right.
But, yeah, it's great. And then you lower the board down, and you see a wave, the guy in the back, in the caboose, if you will, he's like, all right, let's go. So either the kid is just going to lay on the board, because some kids do that, they don't have the physical ability to stand up. But there's some kids that are just like, I'm not laying on this board. Mommy or daddy got to stand up. And like, they're standing up. So it's cool. So the guy in the back is pretty much just holding the board stable, and they're standing. You know?
And they're catching a wave.
And they're catching a wave.
Wow.
Yeah, and the cool thing is we got the 2 catchers on the inside, so they're kind of making sure that nothing bad happens, or the board's not pummeling into the shore.
Yeah, so they're hanging back toward the beach, and they sort of like, wherever the surfboard's going, they move and catch it.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's cool. And then...
So for one surfer, you have 7, 8, 9, 10 people.
Oh, yeah.
It's 10-to-1 ratio to make this happen. And how many kids come to one of these events?
So I think in a given day, the events run on the weekend. So we're at Asbury Park right now. There's an event in Asbury Park every year, and it's a Saturday, Sunday event. And I think each day there's anywhere from 40 to 50 kids that run through the program.
Wow.
So on a weekend, it could be 100 kids
So yeah, you must need quite a lot of volunteers for just one event. Because you get the beach buddies, then you get the water team. The water team is pretty significant. I'm sure
yeah.
you're riding more than one person at a time, right? There's probably several
There's
teams.
probably about 6 water teams going.
So there's like 60 people on the just on that alone.
Oh yeah, they're all over
Wow.
the place. So the beach is busy when this
Wow.
goes down.
Yeah, that's something else. And then you got all the beach buddies, probably people at the street level, right? Intaking people.
Of course.
So is it safe to say we're over 100 volunteers?
We're probably at about 200 volunteers.
Wow.
Yeah, it's quite an event. And I mean, the thing, it's catered, there's food there, there's people checking everyone in, making sure that, if you're in line to go on the board, that you get on the board. It's all the logistics that, like, the behind the scenes things that
Right.
people don't really think about.
Yeah.
But there's also, if a kid doesn't want to ride a surfboard, there's a double wide body board that you can ride with a buddy. So it's like, it's pretty cool. I mean, I would love to ride it. It's this giant body board that you can ride with a kid, which is cool.
Right.
And then we also, which is pretty unique, we have a 16-foot surfboard with a chair that was built by the Christopher Reeves Foundation, a carbon fiber chair.
Really?
For the kids that are completely physically impaired, that can't really walk or, let alone lay on a board.
Right.
They can sit,
Right.
and we can push the board into waves, and a rider can ride the back and safely, ride away with it.
Yeah.
So it covers every spectrum of, whatever disability you have. You can come out and have a good time.
Yeah. And what about now, you guys, right? I'm sure you have to have some type of skill levels to begin with. Like you're out in the water, like I wouldn't be able to do it because I can't even surf by myself, let alone helping somebody else do it. So is there like a test to see, like do they say, hey, you got to compete or you got to complete a certain thing?
Not really. I mean, you don't have to be a surfer to really come out and help. That's the cool thing about it.
But what about the people who are out in the water though?
Those people should be comfortable in the water. We also have lifeguards on scene.
Okay.
A lot of our safety people are lifeguards.
Okay.
There are, but if you're in the water, you're a seasoned water.
Yeah, and I guess since that this is going to attract people who are already seasoned water.
Yeah, and I mean, some people aren't, but you're going to have at least a couple seasoned water people on the team.
Yeah.
That are going to call the shots,
Right.
and you're going to be, surrounded by people that know what they're doing.
Right.
I mean, like I said, most people that do this have been doing this for years. So if you're new to the team, they're going to make sure you matriculate right into the work and
Right.
know what you're doing
Yeah.
in seconds. You'll understand.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's
Yeah, so it could actually be a challenge for one of the volunteers too in the beginning, at least. I mean, I'm sure the first time you surfed a kid in, it was a little difficult. Did you have trouble at first? Were you making like mistakes and like you weren't able to catch the wave and you're like, geez, I'm trying to give this kid a good ride and I can't get him off on a wave. And
I think if anything, I was the bigger kid. I'm in my 30s now, but I think when I started, I was in my late 20s, and it made me become like a 16-year-old again.
yeah,
So I'm on this board. I'm like, hey man, let's catch the biggest wave we can.
right.
And the director's looking at me on the beach. He's like, hey, let's reel it in a little bit now. Like this is your first year, and you're going to catch like big waves, all the breakers outside. And I was like, yeah, what's wrong with that? He's like, safe. And I'm like, okay,
Right.
For me, I was like, I just wanted to like give him the best experience I could.
Right.
And I didn't even think about, oh yeah, we should probably be safe. And I was
Yeah.
like, we're being safe, I'm fine. But I have special needs kids on my board.
Yeah, but you're getting caught up in that moment.
Oh
that,
yeah.
That energy. It's like you said, a kid. Like how a kid just keeps going. They take it to the next level. They just want more. They want to go faster and further and
Oh,
catch
yeah.
a bigger wave. Yeah.
Totally contagious. I mean, you get bit. It's like when you start to surf for the first time. I know you're not a surfer, but imagine the thing that you do the most.
Right.
Like when I first started surfing, I was like, man, this is amazing. I need to keep doing this. It's the same exact thing as best day.
Yeah. Right.
Like you're not doing it, and you're like, I almost count down the days to best day again because it's something to look forward to. You see those same smiles, those contagious smiles, and you just want to help out more.
Yeah. there are things that you could go to around the world. There's something in Mexico, I think, where you could volunteer and surf. You might want to look into that. I don't know. I don't know how much time you have on your hands, but
you know,
but I mean, it sounds like an amazing experience. And you're describing the amount of resources that this takes. It's awesome to hear that there's so many people actually out there that are showing up just for one event. And like you said, there's multiple events throughout the season. And I'm sure you see a lot of the same repeat volunteers, but you probably see an influx of new and old coming, and people who can't make it today, but new ones making it tomorrow, so on and so forth. The community's got to be huge.
Oh, it's awesome. It's an amazing community that's been built over the years. And, the folks that organized it, my hat's off to them. They're amazing people.
Have you ever met them?
Well, I've met the people that run basically New Jersey and the Chesapeake Bay area.
Yeah.
And, they live in Virginia, and they travel up every single year for the Best Day calendar in New Jersey.
Yeah.
And, I can't thank them enough for the effort that they put into it. They drive everything up, which is a trailer worth of stuff with their kids.
They drive it up from
Virginia.
Yeah,
to New Jersey, and they come up here, they unload, and they're like family.
Right.
So it's just amazing what they do and the sacrifices that they make for their family, and just to give these kids an experience.
Right. Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. It was a pretty amazing experience.
Yeah, that's awesome. And what's the how can people look up Best Day?
So you can look up Best Day at bestdayfoundation.org. Like I said, it's a 501c3. So if you, in your hearts, you find that you want to donate, you can use that as a tax write-off. I know everything now is everything has to be written off.
Yeah.
You've got to make your money someday.
Right.
And this is a great cause. So you can look up bestdayfoundation.org. You can check them out on Instagram. You can check them out on Facebook. You can just type in Best Day Foundation. I will say with Instagram, there are different best days for different areas. So I think Best Day New Jersey is the one here.
Yeah, Best Day New Jersey.
You can go right into that one. You may see yours truly looking like a fool on the back of the board, riding the kid in, probably throwing up a shaka sign, getting crazy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I guess that picture must be there. I gotta look for it.
Yeah. I think there's a couple pictures of me up on that site.
Yeah.
Looking like a fool.
All right.
Yeah. But you can look them up there, and you can check out next year's events. They'll be posted up pretty soon. And if you're out there and you want to, you have a child that wants to be a part of it, they can sign up. And what I would say is just sign up early, and hopefully we'll see you next season.
All right. That's good. Cool. And now let me ask you this question. You like surfing better than mountain biking?
Oh man, now you're playing devil's advocate there.
It's a little different, right?
It's different, but I do enjoy. I think surfing's my first love, and I think mountain biking is it's a close second. So like surfing's my sister, and mountain biking is that stepsister.
Okay.
That you still like, but like not really part of the family.
Right.
But she's still. What am I saying? Not part of the family. She's part of the family, but she's not like your true blood.
Right. Right.
And that's my relationship with surfing and mountain biking.
Well, I've been mountain biking with you, and to me, it looks like you're like surfing the land when you ride.
Oh, absolutely.
You got that flow going. You got that nice. Just it's not all like hacked up and everything. Like I kind of hack my way along, but that's just my style.
Yeah.
I don't care. I just hack.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Right. But you got that flow going. It's pretty cool. It's like you're surfing.
Yeah, you're surfing. The guys say that you shred the gnar or whatever. That's a pretty cheesy term.
Right.
I'm just like shredding the brown cow.
Yeah. The brown cow. And then remember that time we stopped for strawberries when we were riding through that section of woods there? We found
we found
berries.
Yeah, we found the berries.
Yeah. I normally never see stuff like that. I just, I'm like tunnel vision, but like you're like, oh, you noticed it. I'm like, that's pretty cool.
You gotta take time to stop and smell the berries.
Yeah, right, exactly.
I mean, they were delicious.
They were. That was the best berries I ever had.
And people don't even think they're like Garden State. There's no garden in New Jersey.
I think most people would think they're poisonous, honestly.
Yeah, and then there I am. You know, they've probably been peed on by at least 10 dogs.
That's right.
And I'm just like down on them, you know?
Right.
So, I mean, I can't help it. I see raspberries, I'm going to eat them.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, mountain biking is definitely a close second. Sometimes it's number one. But, you know, depends on the day.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And surfing in New Jersey stinks because it's never consistent.
That's the one thing. I did try it back in the day, and I borrowed a board. It was a gun.
Oh.
Yeah. And so it was too short. The waves were too small, and I had a miserable time. And I didn't have a rash guard on. I spent most of the time on my stomach, and then my chest felt like I got blasted with a sandblaster. It was all red, and I was miserable. My nipples were like sticking out like erasers. You know, they were all destroyed from not having a rash guard.
And chafage.
And the guy was a surfer, and he didn't even explain any of this stuff to me. And basically, I said, all right. And I never went back to it. It's such a bad experience. So, and now I'm sort of envious of the people who surf. There's a ton of them I'm meeting down here. I mean, like, we're right by the water, and some of our members at Beachbox surf, and they go away around the world. And I know people that travel. I know you mentioned you were going to Costa Rica to surf, and I'm like, damn, I missed the boat on that. I know I could start. I know I could start.
Never too late.
But it's like, how many things am I going to do? You know, so I'm going to have to get back to you on that one.
All right.
All right. But, we'll see.
You got to give it a fair shake. You can't just like.
You're right. I need to get on a longboard on a better day and wear some kind of rash guard or something. I'm never going through that pain again. I definitely got to try it. Maybe I'll wait till spring and I'll give it a go. So, listen, man, it was great having you on the show. This is your second time on the show.
I know. I can't even believe it. Glad to be back.
Yeah. I wanted to get some of your story out there. And again, it's Best Day Foundation, and it's bestdayfoundation.org.
That is correct.
And they're also on Instagram, Best Day New Jersey.
They're on the gram. They're on Facebook. All your social media outlets, they're there.
All right. So everybody, check that out. If you know anybody that may have a special needs child, maybe suggest this to them. It sounds like it's a really awesome day for everybody. What's better than getting out in the water? And Asbury Park are they going to be in Asbury Park again?
So they'll be Asbury next year. I believe it's Point Pleasant, and they do Brick Beach.
Okay, so this is great because Asbury Park is just jamming now. I mean, the city is 100% revived. The boardwalk is awesome. The beach is awesome. I love it down here. It's such a good time. So yeah, people can take advantage of that aspect too next year. So they can come down, they can do the Best Day, and they can just get into the whole Asbury Park.
And don't forget, Fred, like we talked about your first episode, we got into a whole tangent about food.
Yeah.
Asbury Park has amazing food.
Food central, yeah.
So I mean, come on.
I know.
Come down, enjoy it, and then you'll get yourself some nice eats.
Yeah, in fact, I know it's a little late, right? We're getting done with this podcast here in Beachbox Studio. We're in Asbury Park. I'm thinking, why not go glom something down there? There's a few things open left. I think I'm gonna have to hit like Tatula's Pizza Up or something like that. I don't know.
I mean, don't tempt me with a good time.
Yeah, right. I mean, we know you like to eat. We all like to eat. So, yeah, that's one great thing about Asbury Park and out of many things. So yeah, Best Day Foundation coming up in the spring. Check it out.
Check us out.
All right. Thanks for coming, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Become better.